David, I'm just walking through that last game, just what was the disappointment level, and how do you guys move forward from that and try to get better this offseason to be a playoff team, not a play-in team?
Yeah, I think overall the season was good. 48 wins, I think 48 or 49. I don't remember. It was a really good season. usually don't not make the playoffs, but 48 wins, that usually doesn't happen. But the West is a lot better. I think for us, the last game, that's a great question. They just kind of hit us in the mouth. Throughout the game, I think the third quarter, they kind of took over the game. The first quarter we came out strong. I think I was struggling a little bit throughout the game. I started to find my rhythm. But that's just a really good team, really well coached. They got long defenders. They kind of disrupted us throughout our offense. Kind of got our offense stagnant. But we lost to a good team, and we're not really upset about it.
Keon, your development over the course of the season got to a point at the end where we talked about the 3-guard lineups before, but what is the relationship or the balance in the time you spent in the league between filling the role that the coaches need and also the coaches discovering the best way to use you? Because it feels like you guys found a connection there towards the end of the season where it clicked for both sides.
Yeah, I think obviously the injuries happened, so I kind of had to step up. But I think the beginning of the year, it's a lot of DNPs. I didn't play a lot. But still trying to play a role, trying to be that encouragement on the bench. Not kind of putting my head down and saying, man, I forget this team, forget the coaches, they don't like me. No, I kind of kept my head straight, and when my time came, it happened, and I was ready. But I think that as far as the role, I think it changes. It changes throughout the season with injuries and things like that, and I think I embraced it at a perfect level.
Davion, last offseason, it was a lot about working on your shot, making sure it's more consistent. I wonder, what's the main goal as you attack this offseason this year?
I think the same approach, just becoming a better jump shooter. I think throughout the season, a lot of teams were going under on the ball screens, and I kind of was second guessing myself a little bit, especially at the beginning of the season. I think towards the end of the season, I kind of got my confidence and shot the ball well, but I think just keep working on that, work extremely hard on that, and be ready for the next season.
David, what's your analysis of your team's, the Kings' defense this season? Kind of started off slow, but towards the end of the season, especially after the All-Star break, it got so much better. Just want to get your thoughts about it, and any improvements that you would suggest.
I think we learned how to play physical without fouling. I think that's what the adjustment was after the All-Star break. We were kind of playing physical, helping each other out, being there for one another, talking more. I think we just got to get comfortable with each other. I think that having each other's back. I think at the beginning of the offseason, beginning of this season, I think it was a little bit slow because we didn't really know how to play physical. And I think we were fouling too much. But I think the refs kind of knew our identity that, okay, they played a physical team, so we're going to kind of let them have these ticky-tack fouls. We're not going to call this foul, and they play to our advantage, and I think that's what made us better.
Yeah, when you look at just kind of the way your season played out individually, I'm wondering, some of the adversity you met and things that you really couldn't control, like playing time and things like that, is the way your season for you ended, and not success or anything like that, but just having that comfort level or that feel or that confidence, if you will, with the guys that are on the court, being able to put solid minutes together on tape. Does that give you any boost going into the offseason or any comfort level going into the offseason?
Can you ask that one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was all over there. I'm just talking about the way you closed out your season compared to maybe moments that you had earlier in the season. Does that do anything to your kind of confidence as you step into a summertime program in terms of a comfort level in your own game?
I think for me, you just, I think I learned a lot from this season. I kind of never been in a situation where I haven't played. I think all my life I've been playing a lot of minutes, so I kind of learned a lot from this adversity. Things that I need to work on, things that the role that they need me to play, I just got to do a better job at it. I think it also gave me confidence towards the end of the season when I was hitting shots and playing a big role in our kind of success, even though we lost the last game. But I think it goes into the offseason what I need to work on, work harder on. I think a lot of things I need to work on. I'm finishing, passing, a lot of things I need to work on that I'll be ready for.
Davion, you obviously already kind of touched on your improvements in the shooting and finding confidence in that area kind of at the end of the season. A big part of that obviously is in something you kind of earned a reputation for is the work ethic. How much of a staple has the work ethic kind of been a part of you and also this team? Just knowing that guys got to really, put in the work and put in the reps and practice every day to maximize their potential.
Yeah, I mean, the work definitely got me here. Coming from a small city, transferring from Auburn, just to work extremely hard. Been through a lot of adversity, and it got me here. So, I mean, I'm definitely not going to change that approach. I mean, I think as far as our team, though, I mean, we all work hard. It's not just me. I think that, this is the most. Every time I'm in the gym in the morning, you always see a couple players, the younger players, the coaching staff. So I think the whole organization is about working hard, not just me. And I think that's just going to make us go over the top in the next couple of years or next year. I think that's going to make us a lot better.
Davion, you shot almost 42% in the second half of the season from three. Was that just you getting comfortable? Was it more minutes? Was it just something that clicked where you felt more comfortable in your role with this squad?
I think so. I think that, more minutes, of course. Gave me an opportunity, gave me more confidence to shoot the ball. And also the coaches just having confidence in me, telling me to shoot the ball. Don't worry about the misses and things like that. And it helped me out throughout the second half of the season.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Right on.
everyone.
Thanks.
How are you doing?
Well, but wild year for yourself this year, starting from where you were as a two-way player to finishing the year as a starter on an almost playoff team. Just can you describe in your words like what the past season has been like for you?
It's been crazy. I don't think it's still hit me just yet. I didn't really plan the year to go this well for me. It's crazy. Obviously I think a lot of two-way players are their plans to get converted or whatever. So for that to happen and then way more, it's just been wild. But as the minutes increase, I just try to lock in on more so the game plans or whatever. So not really try to take in the experience as I was going for real. Just was really trying to just lock in and help the team. So, but I know it's definitely a crazy experience. Just blessed to have all that happen. But definitely a great year.
And then to see the success that you have, just how much does that give you confidence heading into this offseason? What do you feel like you need to work on the most to be able to be back in this position a year from now?
It definitely gives a lot of confidence. For a second year guy, kind of like a first year for real, getting a lot of minutes, definitely gives me a lot of confidence going into next year, knowing what I went out there and did and what I'm able to do. So definitely gonna take that into next year. And I think as far as things I need to work on, just a lot of the same things, the things that I do, because obviously I go out there, I don't do too much. I'm playing defense, I'm making shots, attacking off closeouts or whatever. So it's not like I'm going to be the guy going into next year or whatever. So really just sharpening those things in my game and just try to be better.
Keon, for you, what was it like to kind of handle the process of not only elevating from that that two-way contract, but also having a lot more opportunity and getting a lot of burn, a lot of minutes, and entering that starting line? What was that process for you to kind of handle that as more opportunity kind of presented itself in the later part of the year?
I don't know. I think at first, it was kind of like I'll say like when I got converted, it was kind of like a relief thing. But then after that, like now you're playing real minutes, and even before that I was still playing real minutes. But after a while, it's like, okay, well now it's not like no one's holding your hand anymore. Like you kind of got to go out there and do your thing. So like just trying to go out there and lock in, help the team, because like I said, now it's business. You're expected to go out there and do things. So I just have to treat it like that, and not really get overwhelmed by anything. So just kind of had to move like a professional for real.
So, and also, could you just touch on, everyone knows about your defense and what you bring to the table, and you're going to continue to improve on that end, but you showed a lot of glimpses and flashes of what you can do offensively too. Look at the OKC game, for example, or just some of the other games to close the end of the regular season. You shot the ball very, very well. How much of that have those stretches kind of built confidence for you, and how much are you going to try to look going in the summer to kind of build off of it?
Definitely builds confidence, because I know what I can do. A lot of people don't. So for me to be shooting the ball how I did, you know, teams would still kind of help off and leave me open or whatever the case is. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, if you go out and you have a great game, you know, just builds confidence going into, you know, the stretches or whatever, just because you're out there playing well and you're feeling good, you know, confidence is everything. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, going into next year, just trying to bring that same spark and intensity to the team.
Keon, against the Warriors, you had 15 points, 3 steals, 3 blocks, and then against New Orleans, it went another direction. I think you were 0 for 5 on the field. Getting that experience, what did you learn from that? You know, and you know that being your first postseason experiences.
Nothing that I didn't already know. I mean, yeah, I had a great game against the Warriors for sure. It's cool, and then obviously the complete opposite in the Pelicans game. But I mean, I already know like every game you're not going to make shots, so like I never really get too high or too low after a good game or a bad game. But obviously you don't want to have a game like that. But yeah, it's nothing that I didn't already know that could happen on any given night. So like I said, after the Warriors game, never really got too high. Great team win for sure, and then going to the Pelicans game, we knew like we had to win that one to go to the playoffs. So, but as far as my performance, I mean, I didn't really get too low after it, just because I mean it's basketball. I wanted to have a great game, I didn't. So, I mean, kind of can't really do anything else about it now. So, I mean, I just went out there trying to do my best, and obviously it didn't go as I planned. But yeah, that's what it is.
Keon, as a young player, you sort of build a punch list of things you need to work on during the summer. Did that punch list change for you when you got elevated to the starting lineup? And what did you learn that you probably need to refine to hold down a spot like that for next season?
No, I don't think it changed for real, just because, I mean, I go out there and I do the same thing as if I was coming off the bench. So I think my expectations were still the same. I think when I entered the starting lineup, especially once, you know, Kevin Malik went down, I think people needed, or the team needed me to be more aggressive on the offensive end, because obviously there's more shots on the table and I'm the one that's coming in starting. So, you know, the starting five is going to be the one that set the tone for the team. So, I don't think anything changes for me as far as what to bring to the table, because, I mean, when I go out there, I know I'm out there to play defense and you know, help space the floor and knock down shots. So, just try to be more consistent at that next year. I mean, obviously, like I said earlier, next year I'm not coming in to be the guy or anything. So, just try to help out our main guys and, you know, just be more reliable than I can be, you know, or than I was or whatever.
When you were in Stockton your rookie year, you did handle the ball more there, developed those skills, but didn't handle a ton up here. Where's your comfort level right now handling the ball, and is that kind of an area that you'd like to improve upon going into the offseason?
I'm all the way comfortable. I really have no problem being picked up, or, you know, I think Mike asked me before one of the games, like, was I comfortable with, can't remember who it was, he asked me, can I make like an entry pass or something? I'm like, yeah, I have no worries at all, like, no one's gonna steal it from me. So, but I mean, yeah, that's definitely came with some, you know, some failures early on this season. I probably turned the ball over at times, so just learn from those things, and I mean, now I'm comfortable. I'm not really worried about that, but I can't remember the second part of your question.
I was just wondering if that's an area of focus for you at all in the offseason.
I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll try to sharpen that up as well, but definitely be working on ball handling. But yeah, I definitely felt comfortable out there after a while. Like, wasn't really too flustered with pressure.
So, Keon, I gotta ask, are you a fan of the Ellis Island nickname? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's cool for the fans. I think, you know, whatever they go with, that's, you know, I'll let them run with it, and I guess I don't really have a choice for real. So, but it's cool. I'll let them do their thing.
And then just a word that was used over and over again by your teammates and coaches to describe you was professional.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious, as a young guy who's just scratching the surface in the NBA, where do you kind of attribute that to? Where do you get that from?
I mean, I think just because I know how it is at this level, like, you know, you could be here today, going tomorrow type thing, and kind of like I said, you know, as coming in as a two-way, sometimes guys aren't ready for the moment. And then I think as the year went on, I got more minutes and got converted, and now I'm playing minutes. It's like, okay, well, you know, that phase is kind of ended. So now, like, we're expecting you to come out and do your thing. There's no more like, oh, well, you know, he didn't play last game or whatever all the excuses is. Now it's like, hey, you're starting, you're coming in, like, it doesn't matter, like, we need you to perform. So, I mean, I definitely know, like, there's no more excuses or whatever. I never treated it as if there was, but, I mean, just gotta be a professional, gotta show up, do your job, and I think was my mentality going into everything.
In many ways, Keon, you became this season what this franchise has been looking for a while, asking you to go back 2 years. I don't remember how much you remember, but on draft night, deciding to sign with the Sacramento Kings or sign that two-way contract with the Kings right after. Why did you specifically pick the Kings, and did you have an idea of them looking for the type of player that you believe you could be at the NBA level?
Honestly, it wasn't me for real. It was my agent. He thought this was a good place for me, and I think he probably looked at the roster and was thinking that I could fit in here and I can this probably was the best place for me to have a chance at. And I mean, yeah, a year and a half later, the chance came around, and you know, it worked out. So, but yeah, it definitely wasn't me. I wasn't really. I think I was just so caught up that, you know, I didn't get drafted, so I wasn't hearing anything. But he was, you know, he told me, you know, I had the opportunity here, so you know, we took it and ran with it and made the best of it.
When you kind of reflect back on this season, this is gonna be kind of a life-changing season for you, even though, you know, the team success maybe not have been what you guys wanted. How will you look at that going forward and use that as a springboard?
I mean, yeah, I think for me, it's definitely the season where I kind of made a name for myself a little bit. Kind of like you said, obviously we didn't finish the way we wanted to, you know, with the injuries and all of the things, you know, that goes into that. But definitely for me, a season that, you know, I'm gonna look back at it and be like, this is where it started for me, and, you know, kind of made a name for myself. Got the experience and kind of got all the, you know, the little, I guess, first year things out of the way. So just got a lot of experience, and just looking forward to going into next year, knowing the things that I know, and kind of trying to see what we can do next year.
What was it like for you dealing with some of those like first year things that I'd imagine have a lot to do with off the court, people hitting you up or dealing with expectations, and how much easier do you feel like it'll be to not have to go through that again next year?
Yeah, it was a lot of things. I mean, you got things from basketball to non-basketball related, like, I mean, you kind of like early on, like if I have a bad game and a good game, like stretch or whatever, like in your head, you're probably trying to, you know, you want to play the best every game for sure, but you have a bad game in there, you're probably doubting yourself or whatever, and then, you know, off the court, it's, you know, people are trying to call you every other day to tell you how you should be playing and whatnot. So, yeah, I've just stopped answering the phone. I don't even answer calls like that anymore. And then I think, as far as on the court, you know, there's like guys like Malik and Davion, they've been really helpful, especially when I was playing over Davion. Davion was still in my ear, you know, timeouts or whatever, telling me, you know, things to look for, you know, what I messed up on and what I probably should have did, or what to look out for. So yeah, those two guys were definitely huge in that. And then Malik, yeah, he was really big on that as well. Like, if I play good, he would let me know. And like I said before, if I play bad, you know, or do something stupid, he'd cuss me out and, you know, tell me not to do it again or whatever. So, but yeah, those two definitely helped me out throughout the year.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Keon.
All right, thanks.
So have you been to Ellis?
Nah, I didn't, that's gonna be good, right? Yeah, I just figured that out last time we went. I figured that out was a good point.